Hey guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. Voices have been silenced this week, plus a big prediction that I've got for you here in just a moment. Yep, let's talk about that. Right now, it is crazy, and I want to share with you kind of where I see things. I want to tell you where I'm going, where I'm heading in the coming days and weeks, not physically, but where this channel's going and what I've got going on, and what I think you can do this week to help out, and where I think all of us should be focused. Crazy times, y'all. Here we go. Hey, this video is brought to you by all of you patriots. Thank you for every thumbs up. Comments down below, always welcome. And hitting that subscribe if you don't mind, that's a big help as well. Thank you to everybody that reached out over the weekend. It's been a non-stop influx of comments and stuff over on Patreon, and then emails and DMs on Instagram. I've read everything. I can't respond to everybody. It's a lot. It's thousands, but thank you. And I think there's a thread that's through that whole thing of people like, Johnny, what's going on? Where are we at? I'm going to share with you where I see things today. But I also want to say this really clearly. This is not the entire picture. In one video, I try to keep these under 10 or 11 minutes, and it's not the whole picture. I've got more coming this week. I've got a lot of things I'm working through. Now, I'm not covering like the big news thing. If everybody's talking about it, I think other people do a good job. I'm in more of the fringe stuff, got into some tinfoil stuff over on Patreon this weekend, and I'm going to be sharing with you some stuff today that kind of is a 30,000 foot view, but it is wild out there. And I'm going to say this, I've been careful with words now for months and months. I've gotten some flack from that. I'm still going to be careful with my words, and I'm trying to stay in the algorithm, and it's nasty. People have said, Johnny, you should just not care about that stuff. Well, you do this work, and do you want this message to go to 35,000 people or 3,000 people? It's that easy. It's about getting the message of freedom out. I think it matters. I hope it does. I think it does. And I know most of y'all do as well, if not every single one of y'all. Again, thank y'all for everything. And it's nice to be able to stop and go, you know what? Great folks out there that I'm connected to, even in the midst of a wacky week. Now, for years, we've had to guess what those people, what they believe. And we've not really known because they rarely play their hand. For the decades, we've had to like take little bits and pieces, a little fiber here and a little fiber there, and kind of weave them together. And we have suspicions. We have moments, but very rarely do they play their entire hand. This week they played it, and I believe that clearly. We now know more than ever, and their agenda is the masks in many ways are off. Now, who's pulling the strings, we still don't know. A lot of those are still in theory, but the overall players, especially those in DC, yep, the masks are off. We know what is going on, and it got nasty over the weekend. I think there is more coming there. So now they've played their hand. I think it's important to stop and go, yeah, you know what? This is who we are dealing with. What we have thought has all been verified. Now, communication between folks on our side has been stifled and stopped in a lot of ways. Parler is now down as of today. They say they're going to be back maybe in no more than a week. I've read everything. I'm following everything. I posted a Parler last night right before it went off. And I'm watching. A bunch of y'all have said, Johnny, where are you going? Well, I'll talk about that in just a second. But things are happening in the communication realm. Big tech pulling the strings. Even the T-Man has been silenced on like many apps and websites. They've all said, even on Spotify, Spotify said no more T-Man. Like, what they think he was going to do? That one meme said, what they think he was going to do? Listen to Eye of the Tiger and get pumped up. So they are very serious. He's down to 9 days or something like that. I don't know how many. It's single-digit days. So crazy. So the silence is going on, and there's been words that are used on Spicy Friday. I mentioned the word cleansing that one pundit said, and they're talking about cleansing. They're also talking about consequences for anybody that wore a red hat, long-term consequences. Now, the one video that was uncovered a few months ago, they were talking about re-education camps for us. Camps, cleansing, consequences. I'm not being dramatic. It is some scary stuff. And I mean that. Oh boy, do I mean that. Some scary stuff, scary times. I don't think it's happening today, but that is who they are. Even today, there's been some pundits that are talking about about where they're going forward, and all of it is bad. And even the child sniffer himself said that his priority in reopening the country has very little to do with middle America, and it's all about fringe, and immediately went into identity politics. Who he wants to be able to open their businesses are all identity folks, and all of that, again, they hate us. The bottom line, they hate us and they hate you. They hate everything that you believe in. Words matter. Words matter. If you listen to folks, they'll tell you what they believe. So I want to challenge you to listen. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to how they're phrasing things. They keep talking about the attempted coup. I'm going to be dealing with a little bit more of that coming up in the coming weeks. But that coup, yeah, a coup armed with what? Like no leader, absolutely no leader, no communications on the ground, no weapons, no anything. And they were armed with what? Flags and memes? Like it wasn't. And like it wasn't by any stretch of the imagination, but they're going to use that word to be able to push more legislation through. They're twisting words. There's a thing called dysphemisms. You take something and you can change what it is. You take somebody who's a rebel and you can prop them up to being a freedom fighter. Or take a freedom fighter and use the T word. And I'll put it right here. I don't want to say it out loud. But it's some scary stuff. My point of all that is this. Twisting of words. Watch what the media is doing. And that is what matters this week, because they'll twist what happened and what is happening to be able to push their agenda through. And I do believe that. What are they scared of? Ideology. When it comes down to it, is the ideology. It is about beliefs. Our beliefs determine how we act. And I can't go into all of it today because we'd be here for 2 weeks. But ideology is what they are trying to squelch. Big time. Here's my prediction. And this is not, I've had this verified, I've bounced it off a lot of guys. I think, and we kind of knew this was coming, but I believe it now more than ever. Agenda 1 is to rid the country of these. And I mean that more than ever. I think it's coming on, maybe not day 1, but it is coming quickly. And boy, do I mean that. And I think that's where we're headed, the disarmament. That is the big one. So that's my big prediction. That's what's coming up in the coming, now we're talking about Q1 of this year. It is coming. The bills are already written. It's already written. The legislation is already written. And so I think that's what's coming. And who's going to fight for us? Wayne LaPierre? No, he's out buying a new suit right now. All right, let me tell you what I'm going to be doing. And a lot of y'all have asked, Johnny, why don't you get over to Rumble? Already there, been there. Why don't you get to BitChute? Well, nobody's there. I am going to be right here, where I've always been. And I'm going to keep that up, and I appreciate all of the support and love here. Last week, the Warrior Poet Network was here in the studio filming. I've got 2 episodes in the can. I don't know when those come out, but I've got a big plan of what I'm going to be doing with them as well. But I'm staying right here, also on the network. I'm also going to be migrating my current YouTube stuff over to the network as well. But I'm also going to be releasing stuff on Patreon and on Parler and on Instagram. So I'm around. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep being careful, but I am going to keep going. All right, let's talk about you. What can you do? I want to challenge you to watch and to listen, to stay connected. Even if you go over to the mainstream media and listen and watch, do so, but pay very close attention to what and how and the peripheral consequences that they are talking about. This stuff matters more than ever. I believe in this republic, and I want to challenge each of y'all to continue to fight the good fight in your own way. Watch, listen, stay connected, be involved. There's a lot of folks that are doing a lot of things right now on the side of the Constitution. I don't even know the right words for our side, the freedom community, constitutionalists, those that believe in preserving the republic. And I'm watching, I'm being careful, but I also want to challenge y'all to do a whole lot of this right here in your own private way. I've told y'all 50 times, there's a lot of stuff that I do that y'all will never know about, and I'm going to keep that up as well. More coming this week. Pay attention if you can. I'm going to be on here a bunch this week and over in a couple other areas. So I appreciate all of y'all reaching out this week to anybody that is against us or this fantastic republic, a republic worth saving from my cold, dead hands. Hang in there, y'all. Bye.